Hi, everyone. I hope you've had a great day. So I'm just going to do a quick 3-minute kind of run through of ChargedUp. You might have seen us around in London at the moment. We're building the UK's largest phone charging network. And essentially, our company's mission is to build the largest distributed network of phone charging technology in venue. But then that's leading to a data-driven advertising platform at the point of purchase, which is actually one of the first times you can actually do this at the moment. So what is ChargedUp? BBC's coined us the Boris Bikes of phone charging. Essentially, we've built a network of charging stations, which look like this on the right. These are placed in venues such as bars, cafes, restaurants, hotels, essentially aiming to be in every venue across the UK. This is paired with an app, and essentially what you do is you locate the nearest venue via the app, you scan the QR code on the station, a battery pops up, which looks like this. It comes with all the cables you need to charge a phone, 6,000 milliamps. So the small station is the one we currently have live in the network at the moment. They have 10 batteries installed into them, built-in SIM cards. They're placed into cafes, bars, hotels, restaurants, and co-working spaces at the moment. They look like this. And then we're about to launch our large station, which is really exciting. It's going to go into football stadiums, airports, train stations. Essentially has a massive touchscreen, which is going to unlock digital advertising opportunities. And it's freestanding, so it works for really high footfall locations. So the ChargedUp app is available on both iOS and Android. We already have over 30,000 organic users. We've spent no money on marketing. This is purely from people seeing it in venue and downloading the app. This has push notification capabilities and is very data-driven. So we've actually only launched about 6 months ago, and we're currently already working with some of the biggest brands in London already. And last weekend we launched in Brighton, and we're moving across the UK very quickly. So some of these places like WeWork, Stonegate, M&S, some really big brands, and this is growing all the time. By the end of this year, we should be in 3,000 venues. So I guess why this is interesting to advertising. So we essentially have the ability to brand up the stations, working with brands that are relevant to the venues that we're in. So, for example, one of our first brands we're working with is Guinness. They're really excited about the opportunity to be able to engage with customers in venue for the first time through an app and through our physical hardware. So here are some of the branded batteries we've done for them. And it's a really engaging piece which allows, brand in the hand for the first time in pub environments where you can actually purchase Guinness. And this is where the app comes into play, really exciting opportunity for Guinness. Essentially, what we can do is we can target people based on the location they're in. So if you walk into a bar, you pick up a battery, because we know that Guinness is being sold in that location, you'll be sent a specific advert depending on the location. So for Guinness, their whole advert was all around putting people's phones on hold, actually. So we built an in-app activation which actually put people's phones on hold. And if they can endure that for half an hour, I know how hard that is, you actually get given a free Guinness in that pub environment. So this is the first use case, but we're actually speaking with some of the largest brands in the UK to do this in other environments that we're in. And again, just playing on the data-driven, so for example, this for Diageo, we can actually target based on your age, your gender, and the location. So for example, with the same location and the same station, you can actually target a woman with a woman-specific drink and a male with a male-specific drink, which is actually really interesting and really exciting for them. So yeah, that's a really quick run-through. I think we're going to have a bit of Q&A where I can kind of explain a bit more, but yeah, thanks for your time.
So, yeah, I mean, fascinating presentation, and you guys have been exhibiting, or you were exhibiting yesterday at the back, and I had the opportunity to come and speak to your events manager, who showed me this, which is just like, it's a very simple idea, right? And like often the most simple ideas tend to get the most traction. But and what was interesting when you were presenting is, you say you have tens of thousands of organic users already with no marketing at all, which is like a crazy thing. When you have that much desire so early off the bat, how do you choose where you want to put your eggs and how you're going to grow?
Yeah, so we basically launched with concentrating on the venues we know this problem exists the most. Obviously, phones' batteries and the battery technology in phones has not kept up with technology in every other aspect of the phone. So 4K screens are draining batteries faster. 5G is coming out very soon, which is actually going to drain batteries even faster. Mm-hmm. And actually, battery technology is plateaued. So we straight away looked at the market and we went, what are the places where, for one, your battery tends to die the most, and this is in the bars, the late night venues, but also when we spoke to the owners of these places, they actually had the issue as well of they get asked 15 times a day for a solution and it wasn't there. So we created this solution not only for the end user, but also for the venue itself, and it was just, it made sense to actually concentrate on the late night venues first, but now as we've grown, the likes of hotels, the likes of Hilton, have already reached out to us, really interested in how they can give this to their users as well.
Yeah, but when I was speaking to your team yesterday, they summarized it perfectly. And I said, oh, it's like, kind of like Lime, and your colleague went, yes, it's like the kind of like a Boris bike.
Yeah, the Boris bike, right? Or phone charging, that's kind of what the BBC coined us. We're kind of stealing that now.
Nice.
It's a good way of putting it, yeah.
Yeah, so in terms of like your positioning by way of marketing, like how are you thinking? What are you thinking?
So in terms of marketing ourselves?
Yeah.
So obviously organically, as we grow the station, the organic numbers are just going to grow even more. But we're actually looking at really strategic partnerships. So I can't actually disclose who it is, but we're working with some of the biggest telcos in the UK to actually offer this as a free perk to their customers, which is going to unlock about 20 million customers for us.
Amazing.
So we're actually looking more in a marketing sense and advertising sense to unlock through partnerships. And again, you can tie this to so many different categories where they have a large user base that need us. So, for example, Uber has a massive issue with getting people to a venue, but they can't get them home because their phone dies. So immediately, it makes sense to work with them to tap into their users and give them free charge, essentially, to then advertise us as well.
Have you just given it away?
No, we haven't actually spoken to Uber yet. If anyone from Uber's here, I would like to speak to you, but
hit them up,
later,
yeah, definitely.
A bit later down the line.
And it's interesting, right? Like this whole piece around partnerships is something that keeps coming up, particularly amongst smaller companies, because it just makes sense. Like, why wouldn't you use other people's customer base to grow your own? Is that like was that a sort of?
100%. I mean, I was very much looking at, we could spend X amount of marketing budget getting this amount of users, or I could just give free credit to millions of users and acquire those users for practically free. We find that's much better, and also a lot of these brands want to utilize us in their own marketing campaigns to push us forward because it aids their customers. So essentially soon we could be plastered all over billboards without us having to pay for any of that marketing, which would be awesome.
Yeah, so have you guys had funding?
So yeah, we closed around a 1.2 million a seed round. So that's with a mix of Jam Jar Investments and the Garage Soho. So we've got a lot of interest in the advertising industry. Obviously, Sir John Hecate, an amazing advocate of advertising, and their team's very excited of how they can drive the brand forward as well as obviously help us grow the network as well.
What a fantastic brand partner to have in John Hecate. Amazing. So like, what's the plan for the rest of the year?
So we are moving very quickly. We're growing the team as fast as possible to kind of match the demand. We're partnering with the largest basically pub chains at the start. So Stonegate actually contract came through today. So that's our first partner. Thank you. So 780 pubs and bars across the UK. Very soon after, we are speaking to the other big pub chains as well. And then the telco deal, which I'm working on at the moment, is going to unlock a lot of venue opportunities. So essentially, we're just trying to grow the network as quickly as possible, and then we're also looking abroad very quickly to the likes of North America and the rest of Europe, because it's a very scalable business when we get the right partners.
Fantastic. Well, if anyone wants to get in touch with you or hook you up to become a partner, perhaps, how can they get in touch?
I mean, you can reach out to me on my email is charlie@chargedup.green, the color green. I didn't actually mention on this deck, our company's been born of around green energy and renewable energy. hence why our logo has a wind turbine built within it. We are actually promoting the use of green energy through offsetting our energy through green energy providers. So it's a really nice message, and hence why my email is .green.
Nice.
So yeah, it's going to be really exciting to actually promote the use of green energy outside your home as well as in your home with some green energy providers as well.
Fantastic. Well, it sounds like stuff is happening very quickly.
Yeah,
so good luck and a
Thank
pleasure
you very
to talk
much.
to you.
Cheers.